Is it that someone literally just disappears? You don't hear from them, they don't message you, they don't call you. Like, they just gone. Like, you don't they used to call you, they used to message you, and just suddenly, just like that, it stops. Now, how are you supposed to process that? Number one, it's so weird. And number two, it's actually so hurtful. And you're here trying to figure out what has gone on. Have you said something? Have you done something? Why this person has just removed all communication, their energy from you. It is one of the most hurtful things. And you're trying to figure out literally why. Why has this happened? If you have found yourself in this situation, this video is for you. Hello, my friends. I hope that you're all doing really well. My voice is getting better, so we're on a roll here, my friends. Okay, look, I really wanted to make this video because I've had a few of my clients, this has happened to them. Literally, this has happened to them this week. And I'm dealing with this, and I just thought, is there a trend? Is there something that's going on in the air or maybe in the water? And it's hurtful. It is so hurtful trying to figure out why someone would do this. But in this video, I want to talk about why this disappearance isn't random, why this is emotional manipulation. I want to talk a little bit more about the narcissist's ego and their wound, the difference between this being a silent treatment or a discard, and how you're going to respond to this. And this is all coming up in the video. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, why this disappearance isn't random, and why actually you haven't done anything wrong, even though, like, look, I know you're probably thinking this. I know that you're probably wondering, well, what have I actually done? Why is this person like this to me? Because granted, okay, in a normal situation, oh my God, this is not even normal. This wouldn't happen in a healthy relationship. Okay, I don't know why I used the word normal. Okay, you're struggling to understand it because there is no explanation for it. Like, why would someone just disappear on you? Yeah, it's a little bit different to like when you're first kind of starting out and someone ghosts you. Like, I understand there are similarities here, but I'm going to discuss that more in the video later. But what has happened here, okay, isn't random. It is strategic. And ultimately, I'm going to call it out for what it actually is. It's manipulation. Why is it manipulation? Why is this person just not going to come back? Or you think that, but they will. And the reason why it is manipulation is because it's about control. And what they are doing here is creating emotional instability. So it keeps you on your toes. Why? Why? Again, we ask the question of why someone would do this. And the reason for that, my friends, is literally because of punishment. They're chasing approval. That's what they're doing. They are chasing some sort of approval from you. Now, if you think back, okay, this is all in their mind. Do you remember I talked about this quite a lot in the videos, that narcissists have this kind of thing about magical thinking or a skewed perception of reality. So in their mind, there is something imagined. Okay, so this is all about you to keep chasing their approval. They may have even thought that maybe you have become too confident in yourself, and they need to keep you on kilter. So they need to keep you where they are able to control you. So that's why this is happening. The other part of this is they disappear because you might be getting too close to them, too close emotionally. So you're going to know too much. You're going to become, you're going to make them become emotionally vulnerable because you're going to know too much information on them. It could be that. It could be a mixture of both. They also disappear to retest the power dynamic. So again, it is something that is perceived, something you didn't do, something that you said that caused them to think this. Another aspect of this is they disappear so that you question your worth. So if they disappear, you're going to miss them. You're going to be questioning why this is happening. I think for a lot of you, this is exactly what is going on. Why does someone do that? Why does someone do that? And then they think, oh, I can do this because my partner's not going to walk away from me. And that is exactly what they think. They think that if they do this, you're going to miss them. They're going to be on your mind, and that you're not going to leave. Well, really, that is what's happening, isn't it, my friends? So they know this. They know this about you. They know that this is how you are going to behave. So you're going to spiral. You're going to try and prove your worth. And they're going to keep doing this. And that's why the silence here for them is so powerful, because it keeps you in this psychological trap that actually you can't get out of. They're in control because they're controlling the narrative here. They're controlling whether they communicate with you, whether they carry on this relationship, whether it's put on pause, and it causes you to become destabilized emotionally and wanting them. It causes you, like, you know, when you miss someone, you want them even more because you want something that you can't have. And this is so cruel because, like, just before this happened, the relationship flowing, it's going good. But remember, they have been pretending. They are pretending that this is okay. So what they are doing now is this a punishment. They are punishing you. So that's what's playing out here in this dynamic. Can I just say, like, I just think, I still, you know, like when I make these videos, I still think to myself, how strange that someone would do this. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, you're not. You can't be in this limbo. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I just wanted to say that this is how you know that this is an unhealthy dynamic and how this person has got wounds. Because if you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. Okay, let's go forward. Let's build. Not this stop and start, this push and pull. Who's got time for that? And also, this ruins us emotionally because it causes us to distrust other people, other people's motives, and it stays with you. This is abuse. This leads me on to the next bit. Emotional manipulation. That's exactly what it is. It is a manipulation because you're going into panic mode. Okay. They know that. They know that you are going to feel like this. And then that's that big question, why? Just why? You start to replay every conversation. You start analyzing every bit of behavior, every little thing that you have done right before this whole interaction happened, and try to fill in the blanks. And then you just blame yourself because you think, how could this person walk away? Like, did I do something wrong? Like, what did I say? Why did I say that? This should have been done a different way. And it's a cycle of giving you love, taking it away, having this connection, and then withdrawing. And it's like what I said earlier. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, just go, leave me, it's done. So what happens here, it's a cycle of behavior. What happens is it becomes very addictive. You become addicted to the highs and lows. That's the hook. That's the trap that keeps you interacting with this person for longer than you should. Because the hook is about chasing the next part of the attention, affection that you want from this person that you got right at the beginning. Remember, right at the beginning, when you got all of this, when you were loved, when you were told that you were amazing, you were put on this pedestal, and this is the addiction. When that is taken away, of course it's going to make you feel a certain way. And that's what they do it for. That's exactly why they do it. And this in psychology is known as intermittent reinforcement. You give someone something, they become hooked, and you have to be sure that that person becomes hooked on that. And then you take it away. This has been done in psychology testing over time, over and over again. Look at Pavlov's dogs. Okay, sorry, I know I'm going on a tangent here, but I'm trying to get you to understand that this is what this person has done, and you have become hooked and addicted to this cycle. Pavlov, this guy, I forgot where he is from, probably from Eastern Europe. I don't know where, I forgot. And he had a couple of dogs, and what he used to do is he paired, right, so he wanted to condition his dogs to basically, every time he would give food, there would be like a bell sound, there would be some sort of a sound stimulus. So the dogs would know that they are getting fed. So what he was doing is he was priming their behavior, he was conditioning their behavior. So Pavlov would ring this bell, and the dogs were conditioned to know that that meant food. But in order to undo that, what he would do is the bell would ring and the food wouldn't be there. So the dogs became confused, they become upset, they became withdrawn because they had paired that sound with food. And it's very similar here, what the narcissist is doing. Because in both instances, whether it's Pavlov or the narcissist, both individuals are in control of your experience, and that's what they're doing it. Obviously, the narcissist doing this for a more sinister aspect because they want to control you. They want to break your free will so that you end up thinking like the narcissist and becoming an emotional slave for them. Basically, it's emotional starvation paired with silence. Let's go a little bit deeper here. The ego and the wound. Why do they do it? Why would you do, or why would you spend your time doing that? Okay, well, you know why? It's because we've got to understand that the narcissist has an ego. Okay, we all have an ego. Some are more damaged than others. If you really want to know what a damaged ego is, the narcissist is that. Their entire identity is built on attention, validation, admiration. Basically, that they are this most amazing person. Why, you ask? Anushkas, why? Okay, reason why is because it's something that they didn't get in childhood. It all stems from childhood. No, you're not going to change it. Neither it's your job to change. It's not mine. Okay? This is what they have developed. This is their way of thinking. This is how they process information. The perception is skewed. I said this earlier in the video. Okay, so they want all of this from you, okay? And they are seeking you to do this because they never got it as a child. So what happens is they become addicted to that. So what they're trying to do is manipulate, doctor your behavior so that they get what they need all the time. Most of the time, what they are doing is conscious. There are times when it is unconscious, but I would say the majority percent of the time, like 80% of the time, it is conscious. They know what they are doing. So when you put a boundary in place, when you say, no, I'm not really comfortable with that, or no, I don't want to do that, or like, oh, I feel a bit sick, I don't feel like doing that, your boundaries, which you should have, feels like betrayal to them. Again, can you see what they are doing is manipulating your free will? And that is exactly what is going on here. They're trying to break you. So that is the hook. That when you say anything that they don't like criticism, they hate that. And that is the aspect here. Okay, so let's clarify something important. Is this a silent treatment or is this a discard? There is a big difference between a silent treatment and a discard. Not every disappearance is the same, but what it feels like is that they're never going to return. The silent treatment is a temporary withdrawal. They want you to chase, they want you to apologize, they want you to prove your loyalty to them. And it's punishment that's designed to break your spirit. And it's about them trying to control your free will. So the discard phase, this is when they vanish for longer, often moving on to somebody new. And it means that you've served your purpose, but now they need something new, something fresh. They can't keep going on the way that things are within your dynamic. Things might have become stagnant, a little bit boring. They've had to work too hard. That's what it is. They'd had to work a little bit too hard, so they just push that aside. So it's like basically objectification. You're an object, you've served your purpose, done what you were supposed to do, and now that's the end of that. But here's the catch. With every discard, with every single silent treatment, they very rarely let go 100%. So that does mean the imminent return of the narcissist. This is what the silent treatment and discard phase have in common, is the fact that they will return. They are always going to return. And the funny thing is the relationship is over when you say it's over. You have to understand that closure for the narcissist doesn't exist. That's why they never give you any. That's why they don't give you any answers. They want to keep that door, that little crack in the door, open for a little bit longer than it should be. And that is exactly what is going on here. You see, this is this is about the attachment disorder, my friends. They can't attach to you in a healthy way, but they also can't detach from you in a healthy way. And that is part of the attachment cycle with a narcissist. It's an attachment disorder. How can you be in a relationship with someone, okay, everything's going all right, everything's fine, or so you make the other person believe, because that is lying to their face. That is betrayal, because you're lying. You're not actually saying how you feel. Okay, and then you just disappear. You just go. Whether that's a silent treatment, whether that's a discard phase, either way you want to look at it, that is abuse, my friends. It is not fair what is happening. And then the cruelest part, not even just because you've experienced that, they go and find someone new. They forgot to send you the memo that actually they are moving on to someone else. But ultimately, this isn't about your worth. It just means that the narcissist has had to work longer. They've had to put in more effort. And you're like, well, you have. Why don't they? It's all part of the attachment disorder. They see people as objects. So it's about you serving a purpose, about you doing, giving and behaving in a certain way. And when you don't do that, that feels to them like it's a betrayal. But remember, a lot of these times it is imagined. It doesn't mean that it's actually real. It just means that they have imagined that about you. And that's the saddest thing, is they feel like that is something that you have done to them when you haven't. You got to remember that you're not a revolving door. This relationship ends when you say it ends. And that's the problem here. So what do you do when they disappear? First of all, you need to resist the urge to chase them. This is not about you proving your worth. And I know you want answers. I know you want the closure or the validation, but you're not going to get it. Don't chase, because this is exactly what they want. You're going to fall prey to them coming back. And again, they're trying to prime your behavior. You need to ground yourself and you need to reframe the story. The disappearance is not a reflection of your worth. Remember, a lot of this is imagined. Okay, you need to focus on your healing and moving on from this person. A narcissist will disappear because what they're demonstrating to you is they can't do intimacy and they can't grow in this relationship with you. That's ultimately what they are doing. You're capable of deep love and connection, but they're not. So that is the issue here. Guys, I really hope that this video has made a lot of sense to you. I know it's a bit of a long one. I really hope that you have got some understanding from this. If you would like to go deeper, or you want to know more about it, or you want to do some more healing, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box in the details below. And guys, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.